So it's just showing a black screen. Can't be having that. Yeah, so I woke up a few minutes ago, checked my clock and went, oh, I gotta stream. The curse of streaming. But I said I'd start at 1500, so here I am, no matter how unprofessional it is. Huh. Well, this is unusual. It's not showing up on OBS. Yeah, fully professional. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, welcome back to the Ryukyu World Conquest Attempt 2. When we last left off, well, we'll see that in just a moment. Geez, 1758. That ain't pretty. As you may notice, Russia seems to have gotten all its land back. That's because they are now subject to Ryukyun rule. So with Asia almost fully under our control, it's time to turn our attention back to Europe. Our target, Austria. I haven't given this much thought, and I didn't have time to look over my save and figure out what I'm going to do, so this is very much going to be on the fly. Couple that with the fact that I'm really tired and a bit groggy. Well, it could get interesting. Yeah, I woke up too late to do a pre-stream. I was really knackered after work yesterday. In fact, nothing's happened between me getting home and going to bed and this stream starting, so it's alright, I live for this stuff. Jeez, my army is small and disorganized. Not to mention, really small. I don't have my auto clicker ready just yet. Let's fix that. Where is my army? Didn't I have one stationed around here? Aha! Hiding. Well, that's more troops than are really necessary for Asia, but I'm sure they can move along in due time. As for that, I'm a bit terrified to think that's those are my only armies. Well, you're pretty much the permanently stationed Indian army, that's okay. How am I doing for artillery across here? Passable. Okay. Manpower is looking a touch grim as well, but it'll only go up. Yeah, we'll be okay. let me just get my thoughts in order here. It is the 1st of January 1758. I have much of Eastern Europe subjugated, but I really need to penetrate the Holy Roman Empire now. Austria is its emperor. That is problematic. It means I cannot annex Austria. They have full support of the electors as well. Anhalt, Cologne, Palatinate, Saxony, Milan, Tuscany, Utrecht. Anhalt, Cologne, Saxony, Tuscany, Utrecht. But no Milan and no Palatinate. And Milan and Palatinate are not allied with each other. Okay. Well, this does present me with a pretty ideal opportunity, so I may as well make the most of that. Right, you're the beggar that's heading over there. Here are my ships. Get the flot all in order over there in Tebe, okay? Hebei is great. Bane says, Jake, you don't mind if I host you, right? I have no idea what you mean, but since it's you, Bane, anything goes. Let's cancel Sanctoy while we're at it. Yeah, I know. It's just real exciting the first 10 minutes of any stream. As Jake desperately tries to understand what he's doing. My monetary situation isn't too great, but as I recall, that's because I sent quite a lot of money to Russia. They're having a bit of trouble with their particularists. But that's the only one I can help them out with. I can't help them out with all these Tartar patriots. They'll just have to defect to Nagai. That's not a problem for me. And Russia seems to have taken care of its revolt risk, mostly. Yeah, that nationalism's my fault. Okay, let's get on with this show. Austria has a standing army of something like 100,000. They're allied with these powers, including the Hansa. The Hansa can bring quite a lot to the table, but between my vassals, we should be able to get this done quite nicely. What I would quite like is to make sure that it's my my mercenaries making up the front lines here. So 28, 27. Yeah, I'd also quite like to not be behind you militarily. Let's fix that. Infantry shock increased. I get reformed Asian cavalry and some green standing army. Ah, here you are. Well, with cavalry it's all about the shock, so reformed Asian cavalry it is. Right, let me think here for just one moment. Combat width right now is maximum 40. So I've got 14 of you, 36 of you. We'll march at 36 over. Leave behind 4. Might be a bit of a waste not to have the cavalry on the front line, but we'll see how this works out. Leave behind the artillery, get you gentlemen over there. 32 cavalry needs another 8. A bit painful to take the attrition of these guys walking around, but I'm sure we'll be fine. You've got mercs over there as well. Okay. Okay, people are only just arriving now, so that's fine. People didn't see all my groggy incomprehension. What I like to have are full backup stacks, but I don't quite have the mercenaries for that. 10 and 17, huh? Yeah, that's how we'll cut it. Now, Austria's army is mostly situated over here, where there's no real problem of attacking them, so if I just go balls to the walls straight into them, we should be okay. But unlike my last dreadful attempt, I need to actually keep an eye on my armies this time, so I don't get wiped Bavarian style. That was bad. Get my good generals over here as well. I could spend a bit of time getting my troops together, but there is no time. RMC D94 says, what would happen if the HRE had formed before you'd gotten to it? Easier or harder? It would have been initially harder to crush, but it would have been probably quite a lot easier to punch out nations and release them. So I would have preferred if it had formed. However, it's only a little more than halfway towards it. Still, I do not want them proclaiming hereditary rule. That would make it very difficult, well, impossible to disband unless I pushed back that hereditary reform, and that's 100% war score. Complete waste of a war. Let's see, Khorasan still love me, Pegu still love me, Russia still love to hate me. Ottomans love me though, that's good. Right, I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this war. I'll probably just chew my way through the HRE. I feel a bit disgusted at the lack of organisation within my troops here. And my lack of troops. But we'll just gotta play with what we've got. Let's show our divine superiority here. I need to remember that you are the mercenaries. 17 artillery. Okay, let's just go for it. Jake, is painting maps physically demanding? Certainly mentally taxing. They shouldn't have time to escape you. Don't think it'll be a wipe. Probably pretty good at putting up with that. But what I could, would and should do is entrench myself in their mountainsides here. I don't know where the rest of their army is, but it's probably situated around their capital. I could bait them out here. Full defensive ideas. That's where I show just how poor I am at fighting these late game battles. Yeah, I probably should have seen those guys, like, ages ago, but I did not. Well, not to worry. Wow, how did I not notice that stack? Okay, that's good. Well, screw up straight off the bat. Like they say, don't play this game when you're tired. We'll see what our friend does, though. Yeah, I'm just getting the messages of look out for Venice. Yeah, if I'd actually been paying attention, I would have situated my fleet around there earlier, but I was not. That's probably going to drag out this war a lot more than it should. Ah, I forgot about the Pope's existence. He can take care of that from the south. And Aragon's helping out. But all of our enemies are kind of situated in the same area, so this will be okay. Situated in Linz, taking no attrition. My troops are looking a little worse for wear here, though. Send our mercs up there. We'll back them with cannons, and we'll try to occupy this this province quite swiftly. He's keen to make a move on us, but he arrives after us. So if I back us up with my grand old mercenary unit, yeah, that's what I thought. Still, I should keep myself ready for him. And if he's retreating this way, he's either going over here or here. What'll it be? Well, I'll be ready for him. Yeah, he's heading over here. Good. Let's destroy him wherever the opportunity may arise. Oh, of course, Venice. Well, that makes things even easier in a way, because I have control of getting to Venice, whether I realize it or not. Certainly got 41 war score quickly. How did that happen? A wipe of the Hansa. Good job, Brandenburg. Keep it up. Now, it's a shame I can't really see annexation costs until I occupy anything, and I can't force vassalize. But, in a way, that's okay. Fort level 4. Well, on you go, token force. I should push the battle lines a bit further, especially if I can ensure that I own the mountains. Let's also not sacrifice these piles of mercs. Didn't I send one of you guys to Hebei? Hop to it. I'd love to jump in, but I am ever so slightly concerned about my own manpower. Wow, they have a lot of troops. In fact, we can put numbers to that. Almost 200,000. Ones which I'd rather not engage head on, although I would love it if They would get out of my face. Come on. Move along. I thought he'd be a bit more keen to engage me in the mountains here, but apparently not. That's fine, he can fry himself on Hungarian land for a while. Oh great, Hansa's been slightly occupied. I can see that. It doesn't tell me annexation cost. Oh, of course, that's because Brandenburg occupied it in their own name. Good job, Brandenburg. You've got more cores than I gave you credit for. But given the price of returning them, I'm guessing that the Hansa is somewhat more expensive than I would like them to be. Who guarantees Japan, Jake? The Hansa guarantee Japan, and I just happen to have Japan isolated in that regard. So I'm going to go for it. I'd love to go for this stack over here, but attrition's going to be a bit horrible getting to them. And it won't really be a battle in my favour. Perhaps I can invent some battles in my favour. I do wish I had a slightly higher supply limit though. But that won't be happening. At all. Push those battle lines. It's only mercs in these mountains, so I'm not too concerned about the horrible attrition they're facing. Help out where we can. Now, because I entered a battle there, I didn't take any attrition, so that works out pretty swell for us. Maybe taking a slight bit of attrition here, but I do want to be a little more closer to my my troops here, just in case the enemy decides that attacking them would be a good idea. Whoa. With stacks that big. Look at the vassalization cost of the Hansa, Jake. Unfortunately, that's not available to me. Because I'm a protectorate myself, I can't force vassalize. I can release vassals, but I cannot force them. Just taking it steady. Now I could fight you, but that would be an unwarranted expenditure of my otherwise glorious manpower. What I will do is take the fight to Japan, who does not have defensive ideas, so this should be a cinch. I'll get my troops in position first. Say your prayers, Nippon. Level 2 fort, well, it only needs my artillery. Why waste anything else? Yeah. Let's park a needlessly large fleet outside of Japan's land as well. Okay, he's thinking about Steiermark, and he's thinking against it. Well, this is good. This is just more attrition for my enemy. Still, that you might be serious about that one. 13th, huh? No. He was never serious. In the meantime, my vassal's just doing all the heavy lifting for me. I think Japan have a few Spice Island colonies. I think they lost those to Great Britain. Here we go. They once had them, but now they are gone. Poor Japan. I'm not sure if they'd even annexed Ryukyu by this time in history. Curious as to how the Pope is exiled. I wonder what happened there. Temptation is to bring a fight to these guys, but they don't seem to want to be drawn in by my troops. Tang Long is rightfully mine. Go for it. Go for Steiermark. He's taking it. Now I just have to hope that that stack can hold out. I'm going to need some slightly better rolls than that. Bloody vultures. Oh damn, they did not. They were 3 days too late. Yeah, let's take them. Alright, that was an insult to my forces. I'm gonna kill you now. Although if they drag this battle on, they could reinforce with this stack and it would hurt me severely. Let's take some risks then. And the Ottomans have me backed up there, just as probably planned. '26th, huh? Yeah, they're going to stay away from that. Don't like the way that 94 stack's heading though. Still, I'm a little closer to reinforcing against them this time. No, they didn't take it. Okay. Alright though, between me and the Ottomans we should have this okay, but I'd rather be in a bit more defendable terrain. Well, behind a mountain of Ottoman troops, that's fairly defensible terrain as it is. Papal state ones as well. Still, some not very healthy military technology from them. I don't want to engage that stack in anything but very favourable conditions. Come with me, men. Or don't. Seems to be more of a slight suggestion than anything else.